teams. And, of course, there's going to be A2Z, Tom's, Miniker, and Hero Town, which Tom's and Hero haven't really been around a whole lot ever since 1.6 days. So they're kind of making their CSGO debut in these matches they're playing tonight. Then, of course, Reliable Gaming, the newly sponsored team, former Mythic. And it's going to be Abe, Mark, the Shark, our Markalodon, Robbie, Lex, and Lightworker. And that's a good start for Reliable Gaming. As, of course, they did have a loss against Sapphire Kelowna. Close game, though, 16-13, so they're kind of looking for redemption as well. And that's certainly a great way to do it, to be able to open it up with a pistol round victory on the T side.
Yeah, knowing that CT side train is so strong, you definitely want to get the pistol round to at least get the minimum of 3 rounds. Try to string together some economy going into the first gun round, but we're going to see Reliable here just going 4-man out of T-Con with their Galils and AKs, just taking advantage of the range. We see Lex with the USB, he's going to be saving for that op. Miniker's actually going to take on Abe with the 5-7. We have Lex and Markalodon shooting at him from the E-box. Mark with 2 kills on the round. A2Z takes out Lightworker. Robbie 1 waiting for the flank from Milan. Does take him out with his Galil right above ladder. It's now a 3v2 situation. Hero Town with the CZ walking through Z. He's going to light up Mark down to 19 health. And they're just kind of moving into the site. That was a beautiful nade, but they didn't even need it. Lex with the headshot onto Hero Town, and now it's A2Z and a 1v3. He's going to peek Mark with 19 health, but the crouching Galil spray takes him out 2-0 in favor of Reliable.
Please keep this up and win me some skins, Reliable. That's all I have to say. Easy skins, easy life, please. As they were actually not a favorite on CSGO Lounge. They're at the 40% marker, which I thought was kind of strange because Jumas is not the same team that they were last season by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, really the only returning starter on the team that you're seeing physically in this match right now is actually just Miniker. Everyone else is going to be a new addition to the roster during this season, and so they definitely are at a slight disadvantage, but proving me wrong there. Miniker with a couple of nice little P2K shots there, but Abe and Robbie 1 are going to fight it back into a favorable situation. But then we see Hero from the bomb train with the silence USB, able to land a headshot there onto Abe, and this round's getting a little bit dicey. Not the comfortable round Reliable Gaming was maybe expecting, and Hero with another shot with the USB, taking down Lex, and this is going to force Robbie into a 1 versus 2, and this is going to be tough. I mean, he does have the Galil, and he does definitely have a pretty big health advantage. As you can see, Miniker and Hero both very, very low health, and so this could easily go back to Robbie's favor here. But the nice shots we've seen from these two players, they both have 2 kills so far, could still pose a little bit of a threat here, as Robbie only has 26 himself, and he will get caught by Hero. The hat trick from the Juma squad, and they definitely came to play after losing that match to iBot Power earlier in a pretty one-sided fashion. They had something that they want to prove. And Reliable Gaming, at the same time, also has something to prove after losing their first match as well. So this is a battle to try to get that first win on the season, even though we are pretty early on into it.
Yeah, so Lex had a 7k, I believe, but he opted to, I think he dropped an AK for one of his teammates instead of picking up the op, but they're going to be on a pretty much a force buy here. We're going to have Abe with a Galil, but they're going to be taking quick Brownhouse control. He's going to meet Lalonde, who did throw that nade, but did get tagged down to 78 health. And I do have control of inner. The bomb is just kind of watching above ladder, while the other 3 players are spread out near T-Con. Lex and Abe taking control of inner. Lex does have the bomb. He's just spotting upper with Abe. A smoke is thrown at lower, and Abe's just walking. He's probably going to spot out in a second. Mark watching the Ivy push. There's really no reason for Jumas to play aggressive, but we see Reliable just playing it slow, seeing if maybe they can get a pick from an over-aggressive player. Hero Town's going to be on the CT upper ramp, waiting for Abe to peek him. They do both have Galils. Reliable just running the clock. We see, I think it's Robbie moving into T-Con, not sure. Outside smokes, it looks like it's going to be an outside fake, and then they're going to execute it. We have Lightworker pushing Hell. Lightworker does take out H2Z. He's going to be pushing. It's another frag onto Thomzo in Hell, and we have Miniker just sitting in the sight outer, takes out Lightworker, but now they realize that it's a fake. They're going in there. Actually, Lalonde did not rotate. He's behind Top Dog on the sidewalk. Bomb is going to go down at default plan. Lalonde is pushing the sidewalk. He flashes over, but a peek from Markalodon and his teammate do take him out. It's now Miniker and Hero Town in a 2v4 situation. Miniker lighting Robbie up to 18 health through the smoke. A nade is thrown at Hump. Miniker at 50 health. This is a winnable round. Abe and Robbie are both extremely low, but it looks like they're opting to save both their Galils and head armor. Miniker is right outside of Z, and his teammate is back lanes, but Reliable, they don't exactly have the money to really chase, but getting those guns down and forcing rebuys would be beneficial, because next round, Miniker and Hero Town, if they save, they can drop 2 M4s if they choose to force. And have 4 guns up, and one person will have the pistol.
I think at the end of the day, like, Reliable just, even though they could have definitely broken Jumas there, I feel like they think they've done enough damage. I mean, at this point, like you said, they're going to have to drop if they want to buy. It doesn't even sound that they want to do that. It seems like they're just going to go ahead and kind of hold on to... Well, no, never mind. As soon as I say that, we see the op come out from Hero. Of course, he was a well-known opper in the 1.6 days playing for teams such as Complexity and EG, alongside players like Urakanji and D-Born and things of that nature. So certainly a familiar name to anyone who's been around the CS scene for a while, but he definitely hasn't played a whole lot of Go yet, neither has Tom's. And so this is kind of cool to see them back in action here in a match like this. That was a great fake by Reliable Gaming. They put up that classic, 6-laner, Ivy Smoke, whatever you want to call it, and then ran Lightworker through hell. And he was actually able to get a couple of picks in the process as well, which even helped things more for trying to force that rotation. Of course, Alon didn't bite on it, actually, but still a good fake at outer and then inner execution from Reliable Gaming, and it puts a quick halt to any type of momentum that Manajuma was hoping to gain after that pretty impressive eke around on their own right with, Hero and company getting those USP kills and getting that second round. That was definitely pretty big. But now we come to a pretty even gun round with the exception of maybe A2Z and Alon, who don't have full rifle firepower, but still plenty. And they do have that op on Hero, which could definitely be a big factor. So he's actually going to be working inner solo. So I'm kind of curious to see. It looks like Reliable Gaming is throwing some smokes and flashes here on the sidewalk, but it seems like they want to do some type of outer split to T-connector and ladder. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. They're going to be throwing their smokes, the classic smokes to block off Z and some of these backline areas to try to see if they can get in. But their smoke actually didn't land too well in Z, to be honest, and it's not really going to phase anyone. So Jumas actually has really good positioning to shut this down, as Tom's just going to open things up. Miniker from inside the bomb string with one as well, but Robbie and Lightworker coming through in their own right, and they're at least keeping this close. 2-on-3, and now Lightworker evens it back up to a 2-on-2. Bomb is down the line. In the connector, gets caught by Lurker as well, and Lightworker is just going nutty for Reliable Gaming, but he's going to have to give us one last great effort, and it's just not going to be enough time, actually. So, great job there from Jumas. Even though Lightworker was able to pull 3 frags there, they played the clock perfectly, and that's actually something that it's kind of concerning me already a little bit with Reliable Gaming's plays. It seems like a lot of their strats really rely on waiting until close to the end of the round before the actual execution takes place. And in a situation like that, if the defense catches you, I mean, you run out of time to get the bomb planted, like what happened there, basically.
I mean, in one way, it's beneficial because you can run the CTs, throws down and make them waste all their smokes and flashes to hold. But you are right, if the CTs, if they play it right, or if somebody pop flashes and gets a pick and, your strat's kind of disrupted, then you just run all the time out and all they have to do is stop the bomb plant. But we're going to be seeing Reliable with 5 men in the white halls, heading in the brown halls for looks like an inner explode. They're all just walking in. No one is actually spotting it. Lalonde is playing next to site, actually he's on top of Pop Dog. He's going to see 4 members walking down. He takes out Lex. He's going to get another frag. He's traded by Markoladon. Now they're entering into the site. Hero Town gets an op frag onto Abe. We have Lightworker pushing Blue Train while Mark gets the bomb plant, but Hero hears him. He's going to peek him. Lightworker with a good shot. He needed to get that frag. Miniker is spotting him from sidewalk, though. He takes him down to 51 health, and he's going to be having to push around to the other side of Blue Train, and they're both taken out. There's a quick retake for Jumas.
Yeah, I mean, good plays there from Hero Town with the op, as well as just the Lon playing on top of that Pop Dog. I mean, the problem is the position that Lon's playing is kind of risky because you kind of have to worry about someone just poking their head out of the upper side and checking it and getting a free frag basically on the side while you're kind of watching lower in a decently exposed position. But at the same time, Lalon has a great angle on those guys coming down the ramp. He's able to spot, pretty much the entire bottom half of their bodies before they ever get a chance to get a check on him. And so that's basically at least 1 free frag. And then, as you saw, he's able to pull a second as well. And so just a good job there from Lalon with the initial inner defense. Good rotation from Hero with the op, and just solid play around the board on the retake there from Jumas. And they've evened it back up now 3-on-3. So good play here so far, really from both sides. But here comes an eco into the outer yard, and Hero already able to pop the op frag off onto Abe. Misses a shot on the mark, and this might actually lead to a bomb plant, which is all Reliable Gaming was really looking for in this round. That's why you see that smoke on that barrel. You're going to see that a lot from T-sides on pistol rounds, on eco rounds, maybe sometimes on gun rounds too. Just getting a smoke on that bomb barrel, running your bomb planter out the ladder, and just looking to get that quick plant as quick as you can to get that money. And so, mission was accomplished there from Reliable Gaming. They really knew that they probably weren't going to be able to win the round, but they did the next best thing, which is making sure they got the money to go ahead and buy in this round, and let's see how they contend for it.
Yeah, but we see Lex buying up the op. Interesting to see maybe he works out T-Con with it or goes to IB, but Reliable just going to be setting up 2. Actually, Lex is going to go for the extremely fast T-Con peek, and he takes out Heroes at Ivy. And he's falling back. They do have the man advantage. 4v5. Miniker is going to peek 2-minute Ivy with a nade out. Quickly throws his flash. and it partially blinded them. Lex is just stuck behind a smoke here, and they're actually taking very fast Ivy control. Miniker's going to take out Lightworker. It's going to be Mark, and Miniker takes out another one, and finally is traded out by Abe, who is just holding Ivy. They're going to be in a 3v2, but one man is quickly flanking ladder, and the other one is pushing Whitehalls. Actually, I think they're both going to be flanking ladder. Abe going to be smoking out back lanes. Robbie taking out A2C down ladder. Milan trades it, and the round was over.
Wow.
Within seconds.
I mean, that ladder flank just wound up working out really well. I mean, they got the first guy, Robbie did, and then Milan came down, though, and got 2 frags really quickly right afterwards. So, essentially, it took a sec, but the ladder flank definitely played it huge there. And that was actually the first round we saw Reliable Gaming pick up an op on the T side. They had it on Lex, and he really wasn't even able to do much with it. I mean, he got slowed down by grenades before he could try to come out and take any type of initial picks, and then there, at the end, he had to keep worrying about his ladder flank as he was trying to take picks down the back hall stretch, and so he just was unable to be a factor. And so that's really helping Jumas out a lot here. It's now 5-3. We have another eco for Reliable Gaming, but a good opening pick here from Lex, and this should lead to an inner bomb plant, and I think a gun may have even got collected here by the kill that they got at upper. Not 100% sure on that, but Miniker is going to be flanking around the bomb train here, grabs the kill on the Marklodon, and so definitely no bomb plant just yet, and Toms will catch Lightworker inside the smoke at Z. And so the bomb is actually shifting back into outer, and Lex grabs a second kill with that CZ, but finally it's going to fall before he can cause any more chaos. Robbie will get the bomb plant, but he's going to get flushed out here by a Molly and takes a lot of damage, and in fact winds up dying from it. Wasn't able to get out there. Abe tries to make the flank at Z. He's going to get caught by the Yappa hero. And so we are going to see Jimmins picking up yet another round, pushing it to 6-3. And I actually kind of favored Reliable Gaming in this matchup, but you know, we are seeing Juma starting to show up here on the defensive side a little bit.
Indeed. Reliable with enough money to buy, though. They're going to be going for, let's see if Lex buys an op. He does buy an op, so 4 rifle op set up. Lex probably trying to work a pick outer quickly. Again, you do get out of T-Con, I think, a little bit faster than CTs can peek back lanes if you have the spawn for it. Abe just walking through Whitehalls, getting above ladder quickly. They threw a bunch of outside smokes, but it looks like it's going to be an inner commit, or just see if they can cause a rotator burn. Lalonde here is actually playing the smoke.
Ooh, gotta love it. Thanks, Val.
Gotta love it. Tomzo gonna be taking out Lex as he pushes the T-Con smoke. He spots Abe, I think, through the smoke, but he's quickly falling back to E-Box. Mark pushes through the T-Con smoke as well, and quickly trades A2Z in hell with an M4. Miniker just sitting in sight, patient. The bomb is actually out of the T-Con train. A2Z takes out Mark, and by T-Con I meant ladder train. Miniker is gonna be in the site. He's gonna be this whole site player as Lalonde is still here at inner and Pop Dog. But they choose to quickly go back to inner as one of the men is, one of the Jumas players is rotating. It's going to be Hero Town who takes out Abe with the op. Lalonde quickly trading on Robbie with Lightworker. Who's in a 1v2 situation, takes down Hero to 16 health. He has 45 seconds to work with. Miniker exchanging shots, and he makes the most of it. Taking out Lightworker 7-3 in favor of Manajuma.
Yeah, T-Con ladder train, same difference, you know?
Yeah,
that was funny. But, no, I mean, Juma's definitely playing some good defense here, and I actually starting to turn into what could be some frustration or indecision now from Reliable Gaming. I mean, they keep shifting what bomb site they want to execute. I can't tell if these are design fakes or if they're really that unsure of themselves on what's the best option for them. They definitely seem to have been getting a little bit shaken up here in the last few rounds. Of course, they have lost the last 6 rounds in a row after keeping the game pretty close prior to that. And so I'm wondering if maybe they're starting to second-guess themselves a little bit here on what they're trying to accomplish. But they will have the op onto Lex again. He is definitely a solid opper. Definitely one of the top fraggers for the Reliable Gaming squad. And he really didn't get a chance to do a whole lot with it the first time around. But let's see if he can find the Ivy pick here. He's going to be going up against A2Z, who is just kind of quick shoulder peeking. And I guess he never actually spotted Lex Cross, so he's not sure what's going on over there just yet. But they're not giving a pick. Well, I wonder if it will eventually cross over to Hell and finally give Lex a look, but it looks like not. Lightworker in the meantime has been smoked off by Toms over here at Hell, so RG is definitely really held up and really pick dependent right now. Finally, Lex is able to take a shot towards A2Z, but not able to hit the mark. And so once again, Reliable Gaming is just burning lots of clock. They're getting down to the last 30 to 20 seconds, but now here comes the execution. Lex trying to look for this op pick in the back halls, but he won't find it. Great flash from A2Z, and somehow he's still surviving thanks to some counter flashes from his teammates over on the other side of that smoke, and he will be able to re-peek here, but has to re-peek while reloading, but able to get away yet again, and A2Z just keeps taking these picks that look really bad for him, but somehow stays alive. But in the meantime, Reliable Gaming has cleared out the rest of the outer bomb site. It has now come to a 4-on-3 in favor of Reliable. They're looking for the bomb plant. A2Z did spot it, but he's unable to disrupt it here. And he will eventually get taken out, actually, by Abe. Nice shot there. Now it's all up to Hero with the op. He's going to be coming through Avi, but Robbie 1 will be right here up close onto him. Hero gets the kill onto Abe, but Robbie's just waiting for his opportunity, and he'll grab it. As it is finally now Reliable Gaming after a 6-round scoring drought. Able to put a round on the board, which makes it 7-4, and still not a bad situation if you're on T-side train. Obviously, this is a pretty heavily CT-started map. So if you look at the scoreboard right now, it's really not that bad either way. It's all about what happens from here. If Jumas wins out, they're still in good position. If Reliable can find, 2 more rounds or something like that, then they'll be in a great position going into the second half.
No, I definitely agree. And I mean, even if they lose this round, they do kind of get reset, but it looks like they should have the money to buy next round regardless. Lex was looking like he wanted to go out of T-Con for a pick there, but decided not to. A2Z is going to be playing the sandwich, peeking. Lalonde is actually playing the smoke. He's jumping up into box hole. He's going to spot Abe. I guess they don't see each other. He's right on the other side of the smoke, and Lightworker does spot him through the side of the smoke, and now they're pushed into Brown Hall Hero Town, throwing a nade and a flash, falling back to back his side, it looks, or near Blue Train, trying to stay alive as he's the sole inner player. We do have Miniker rotating through Z now, but Reliable, they're playing it smart. They're playing it slow. They're not committing. They're just trying to make them waste some nades and see what they want to do, see what they actually want to commit to. Lex is going to be pushing down through Whitehall's, peeking Ivy. Hero Town, the only inner player now is Miniker is all the way out into A site. A2Z's actually worked his way around the he must have pushed through T-Con. Abe is going to be contesting Tom, though. He takes him out at the ladder room. Now it looks like they're going to be going for an intercommit. We have Lex going upper with his AWOP, going to be peeking the upper CT ramp. Miniker coming through the Z smoke. They have 25 seconds. They really do need to execute here pretty soon. Miniker takes out Lightworker, the backup Pop Dog through the smoke. Robbie's going to be getting into the site. He's going to try. He gets taken out by Hero Town, but Mark's actually going to get the bomb plane. He's getting pushed by Hero Town. Gets a nice shot on him. Gets quickly traded by Miniker. Lex trades Miniker out after he frags Mark. He's now in a 1v2 situation. A2Z is on the bomb. He's sticking it. He has upper smoked out. Lex needs to peek and take him out. 1 second left on the bomb, and he takes him out just in time. Backup Pop Dog 1v1 versus Thamzo. Spots him out. I don't know if he heard him jump into the site. Picks up the M4. Smart play. Here's a pusher on the left side, and he takes him out. 5th round for Reliable Gaming.
What a play from Lex. I mean, that's really one of those situations, though, where Reliable Gaming is really coming down to the wire. In fact, they're taking so much time to get their bomb planted, their strats are almost telegraphed at that point. Like, I feel like their fakes aren't really doing much for them. I feel Lejumas is reading it pretty well. Luckily, Lex comes up with a big individual play there in the 1 versus 3 to end the round with the Reliable Gaming victory. But at the same time, I think that their tactics definitely need to change a little bit. They need to be a bit quicker, and it looks like they are going to go for a way quicker execution here. And Abe will open up with a nice headshot on the Miniker. Lex onto Tom's. Abe on the Hero Town. Of course, this is an eco for Jumas. But either way, I like the faster execution here, and it looks like Reliable Gaming is going to put another easy point on the board, make the game 7-6. Which, to me, having 6 rounds already, that's pretty solid. If they can win a couple of more, that would be even better, but I think they're already probably pretty comfortable with the amount of round wins that they have here, as it will be, like I said, 7-6. So, curious to see how the rest of the half will play out. There are 2 rounds left. Will Jumas be able to 9-6 it and still give themselves a reasonable chance in the second half? Or can Reliable cause a little bit more damage here going to their own CT side and put themselves in a really good position to, I guess, technically pull an upset if you go by CSGO Lounge's standards? But I thought this match was probably pretty even, if not maybe a slight favorite for Reliable just due to the roster stability issues that Jumas has kind of had here so far.
Yeah, it's really hard to build chemistry and consistency with your team when you're constantly swapping on players, but A2Z with a flash takes out Abe, quickly traded by Markladon in the ladder room. Robbie's going to pop up on top of the ladder train. Can he take out Thamzo? He does. Thamzo does take a Markladon, quickly traded by Robbie. 2 frags on the round, takes out Hero in sight. Robbie's going to be smoking the Z now. They are now in a 3v2 situation. That is going to smoke off Lalonde, who is, I think, rotating all the way around to CT stairs. Miniker gets smoked off at back lane, but he did spot. I think that's Lex. He does take him out partially blind. The bomb is now down. Lightworker is gonna sneak through the smoke. Let's see if Lalonde sees him. And he still gets the frag on him. Miniker is sitting next. And Robbie takes him out. What I was gonna say is, even though the previous round was an eco, I did like to see the change of pace from Reliable, because they've been working it so slow the entire half.
Yeah, and they opened up there pretty quick as well. I mean, compared to how the rest of the half has gone, it definitely was a lot faster execution there. And it worked out pretty well. Robbie had some nice picks over towards the ladder train. and then you saw everyone just kind of come into form there, and now Reliable is looking like a fine old machine at this point. They've gotten the last 4 rounds in a row. Can they make it 5, and can they win the half? That would be certainly very impressive, and Juma's is not in the best shape. They only have small armor on 3 of their players, and they're all on FAMASas rather than having any M4s or Ops, which Hero was really the most impactful when he did have the Op, and he will not have that on him at this point, as Robbie 1 is going to get the opening pick there onto Lon, as this round is definitely underway in a big way. Lots of fire being exchanged here in the outer yard. Finally, Miniker able to come up with one here, but they've taken lots of damage. Thompson and Miniker both down to very low HP, but so is Reliable Gaming, and it looks like Jumas might just be able to take this one here, unless a miracle happens from Robbie and Lex, but they're in a 2 versus 4. They both have low health. A2Z and Hero are both fully healthy, and so this is going to be a very tough situation to play out of, but Lex will look for it here with the Op. He will spot one over here towards the back of the 6 train, sees Toms, misses the shot though, and Toms will make him pay for it, and so now it's going to be all up to Robbie in a 1-on-4 here. Lots of time left, but he has 5 HP. He's going to smoke style up behind him. I like this. This is going to make the Z-Connector guy come out and peek and look for some type of lower cross, but the only problem with that is the bomb is down inside bomb train at the A site, so no one's really too worried about enter. I mean, A2Z's checking the flank here from inside Z. Oh, Robbie does spot one in here on top of ladder train, but he knows he can't take the shot. It'll give away his position. He finally does take it, and he gets to give away his position and doesn't get the frag, and Hero is going to just pull a nice 180 there and end the round. And that was definitely a tough spot anyway. Can't really expect him to win rounds like that in a 1-on-4 with 5 HP. But definitely, if he could have gotten that first frag, maybe it would have been a little bit more possible. But either way, Jumas will win the half, but only 8-7. I mean, I really think that Reliable Gaming is still probably in a better position. I mean, if Jumas can win the pistol, push us to 11-7. I mean, all of a sudden we have ourselves what could be a close game. But I think that if Reliable can push this 10-8 here, and you know, win the opening gun round and get on a roll on CT side, as most teams will do on a CT side of map like this, or Nuke or something. I think Reliable definitely is still probably your favorite for now.
Yeah, I think Reliable with 7 rounds on T side is definitely a comfortable place to be. I think Juma really need to get this pistol and just try to carry some momentum forward. It'll be interesting to see what they do. We do see a smoke up on Lalonde, and actually on Hero Town, so maybe an outside take with a barrel smoke. It's a common thing you see, and it looks like that is actually what's going to be happening. You see the 2 men rushing Whitehalls. They're going to get down ladder extremely fast, and the smoke should be coming over any minute, and they are. Miniker is going to be leading the charge with his 250. Mark does get blind back of bomb site. They're just waiting for the smokes to bloom. Another flash coming out from Hero Town. And a little bit of lag here. We're going to have Light Milan going to be diving hell, getting shot in the back by his teammate a little bit. The bomb is going to be going down at the barrel without any frags happening. Milan takes out Lex, traded by Mark. He peeks Hellline. Miniker trades on him. Lightworker is now in the site. He's going to jump through Sandwich and try to flank Hero Town, and hell, he does frag him. Miniker in the cheek on the last 2 men near E-Box and ladder. Bomb is smoked, but frags happening everywhere now. Robbie in a 1v2 situation. He's trying to get on the bomb. He does have a hit. He gets on the bomb, and he's... 3 Glocks. That's about it. Jumas picks up the ever-important T-Pistol around 9-7.
So I have a question for you, because you know you're a reasonably high-level player in North American CS. If you're a CT team and you see that bomb barrel smoke, I mean, you know what's coming, right? But how do you really stop it? I mean, at that point, do you just accept the fact they're going to plant and you play a retake, or is there some type of way you can try to disrupt that? For people at home, because I know some people, that's a tough situation to deal with sometimes, I guess.
A lot of the time, if you're in Z, depending on the angle you're playing, you can shoot it from the side, or a lot of the time, I've seen people that play in sight, like when we played against Area 51 Arya, would leap around to the front of bomb site and just spam next to it. Something else is common is that if you have nades, which obviously it's pissed around, it's a little bit different. You can nade off the E-Box, and it does about 50 damage to the barrel if you nade correctly, so 2 nades will take out a planter there. But it is pretty hard, especially if pissed around.
We actually did see one of the Reliable Gaming members try to nade him, and it just was a really terrible nade, to be honest.
Yeah. Boom, Lightworker.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy.
Not much.
It looks like Jumas is going to go ahead and wrap it up, though. So it will be 10-7, and so Jumas is definitely getting that start they needed here. I mean, T-side it gets tough, but winning the pistol round, you know, not getting equal in the second, plus getting 2 bomb plants back-to-back. I mean, they're in really good shape right now, money-wise and on the scoreboard.
Going to be another normal eco round coming out from Reliable Gaming. We see Lex with the full save, probably trying to just make sure he has enough money for an op. And some throws. We see Hero Town already aggressively in T-Con. He's going to be spotted here by Lex. And he's actually taken up by Lex with a P2000, even though he had a Galil in T-Con. That's a gun up on Markladon, who does have a smoke and a CZ. Lex is going to be rotating inner all the way back. They've actually rotated almost their entire team to inner with only 2 men in Z. Even though Jumas is a man down, they have full armor, head armor, nades, you know, and guns to work with, aside from Lalonde, who only has a 250, so they are right in playing it slow. Kind of cut your losses, realize that they do have a gun. Toms and Lalonde working inner with A2Z now. Thomzo, I suppose.
This gamble could really work.
Yeah, I mean, they have 3 men stacked inner, and CZs are,
4.
you know, 4, you're right, the other guy's back CT hump. I would assume that is Mark with the Galil trying to use the rifle and the range, and I'm losing my voice here. CZs are deadly at close range, and forcing them to come into the site. We see Robbie playing right behind the dumpster, and they actually don't know he's there. They're already down behind Pop Dog. This could be a disaster. They're running down the time, 30 seconds. Bomb is dropped. Robbie peeks up. He takes out Lalonde. Is he going to be instantly traded? He is traded by A2Z. Juma's now trying to explode into the site. Abe is going to be at the back of Pop Dog. He gets taken out by A2Z as well. He's going to be getting the bomb down at default plant. He's being pushed by Lex with a P2000. Lex runs out of ammo. He's got, wait, why did he switch to his knife? He still has 7 bullets left. A flying P2000 kill. Picks up the AK. We have Miniker watching the flank. Thomzo's at 14 health, and Mark is going to fake the bomb plant, smokes it. He's going to peek around wide, takes out Thomzo. It's Miniker at upper. And, he didn't even realize that Miniker was the last alive. Yeah. That was a little bit of a weird situation. He's going to be sticking it, and Miniker takes him out through the smoke. That was
literally a circus of a round. Yeah, you had a great gamble stack there from Reliable Gaming. Obviously, if they wouldn't have gone in there, that would have been really terrible. But because they did go in there, they were geniuses, right? I mean, that's kind of how gamble stacks work. You're either a genius or a total failure in the viewer's eye, but definitely had a great positioning for the inner take, and they got the opening frag with that CZ. That was actually bombed down. But then, like you said, I don't know what happened there with Lex. I mean, he just switched to his knife for really no reason. He had bullets left, and that's actually a frag he could have easily gotten that he made way more difficult on himself. And then from there, go ahead.
Like if he was trying to get some money, or if it was just an accident, you know, who knows? But
no clue. And then he missed out on the bomb planter for a while at the 250. Picked up an AK that only had 4 bullets in it. And it was just one of those situations where he got in so many awful situations with the gun that he had and how many bullets he had left and things of that nature. It just wound up being, like I said, a circus of a round that Jumas did escape with, but it definitely wasn't a very impressive one, so to say. It wasn't I don't really know how to describe it. It wasn't what they expected. I don't think their confidence got shattered maybe a little bit there or something. But either way, we are going to see Jumas throwing some smokes and nades over here at the inner bomb site, but definitely not committing to it. They're actually going to go grab this bomb, and it might be, once again, some type of outer split from T-Con and Ladder. In fact, that's exactly what it's going to be. So we are going to have those smokes up in the same locations as a pistol round on the bomb barrel and on the side, so they could plant anywhere in smoke at this point, which is something that the CG side has to worry about, as Hero is going to be able to get the pick with the out there. Lightworker and Markladon coming back in, though, on this retake so far, but A2Z takes Lex down, a powerful frag, and that takes the Opera out. And Reliable Gaming, though, still looking like they might be able to do this here, and they will get it, as Jumas, I mean, I don't know, they got the bomb plan, things were looking good there for a minute, but then we saw some nice frags coming in from the Reliable Gaming side. I mean, that was kind of one of those roller coaster ride rounds where you think that the T's are in good positions, then they are, then Reliable Gaming starts a decent retake, but then Jumas contends right back and gets a couple of frags, and it's kind of even, and then all of a sudden Reliable Gaming just goes ahead and takes it for themselves. So that's their first round of the half, and not a bad time to get it, as they don't want Jumas to extend that lead anymore, that's for sure.
Last round, Abe was kind of playing from like the CT Heaven, like Cubby and in Heaven, but he had bought an auto sniper with some nades and absolutely no armor. He just went full glass cannon. He was at $0, and so you saw at the end of the round there, Lightworker delayed the defuse for a little bit so they could re-pick up his auto for him. But we're going to be seeing a force buy coming out from Jumas. We have a CZ, a Deagle, 2 AKs, and an up on Miniker with some head armor. But Miniker peeks Lex at Ivy. They both miss. And he is now retreating. It looks like Jumas is actually... They're just holding, but it looks like they're setting up to take inner here. Robbie playing on top of the Pop Dog with his M4. They're setting up for outer smokes, or at least Hero Town is. Miniker is just pushed into T-Con. Maybe seeing if they can cause a rotate. There's a flash coming over, a smoke into Z. It actually starts pulling the inner players out. One of them actually, but he decides to go back. There is still Robbie next to Pop Dog. Abe was rotating, but I think that his team probably called it was a fake, that there was no one out, there was no commitment. Abe's going to be peeked by Miniker here, and Upper takes him out with an auto sniper headshot. The op is now down. Lightworker quickly on the rotate, and Jumas is just hesitating now. We see A2Z coming out, ladder. Frags Mark, he's going to be fighting Lex at CT Barrel. Beautiful AK headshot, but actually they're going to go back inner. Oh, and Robbie gets 2 frags on Hero Town on Lalonde. It's now a 2v2. The round has been all over the place. A2Z bunny hopping out. Lightworker takes him out. Now versus Hamzo, he has 20 seconds. Lightworker's just going to fall back. The last 2 players in Z. He's going to get the... No, he's actually not going to go for the plan. He's going to peek with an AK. He does take out Lightworker. That was an important frag. And a 1v1 versus Robbie, who has rotated all the way to back lanes. Hamzo last saw him in Z. He still thinks he's there. And he's going to get pushed around the side by Robbie. Good thinking on the rotate there since they were clumped up in Z. Close round. I mean, A2Z definitely made some plays with his shots, but Reliable, he's looking for an op, I think. But
victory laps, man. Don't you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, another round that just goes really back and forth. There was definitely moments in that round, just like the previous round, where you really thought that both teams kind of had a chance at it. Some good frags there from Robbie 1, but then we saw literally the big play that turned things around was Robbie 1 getting those 2 kills in inner bomb site like that. That kind of shut down Jumas for the most part. And they tried to switch back to outer, and Tom's actually played that 1v2 pretty smart. It's just he paid a little bit too much attention to that Z, didn't really worry too much about his backside, and he got caught on it for it, and that pretty much leads to Reliable Gaming's comeback, still being successful at this point, as it looks like they should be able to ground number 10 here and now, as Jumas is going to be pretty much on a full eco, looking like they want to try to go inner yet again, but they are definitely going to get continued here. Robbie want to come here, just peeking it, but Hero Town and Miniker get the frags, and they'll pick up those guns, and they'll get the bomb plant, and all of a sudden, this easy eco round that we should have seen Reliable Gaming win is not so safe anymore, but Abe chopping them down with the auto sniper. I forgot they had an auto sniper. I mean, that pretty much is a guaranteed victory almost every single time, so never really had any chance if you're Jumas when you're up against an auto sniper like that. And looks like Lalonde is also got an auto sniper though, so that's one way to counter an auto sniper, is to have an auto sniper of your own. And he tried to make some magic happen with it, but not going to happen. Lex smartly passes the op back to Mark, and he'll go recollect that. So we'll have a double sniper set up yet again from Reliable Gaming. And this is so dangerous to play against. I mean, you really have to be smart about your positioning and your grenades to try to make sure you can counter both those snipers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously outside and all of the lanes really favor it. I mean, you can even smoke it off. But they're even deadly at inner. Even CC upper, if you have an auto at lower, I mean, people see Get do it all the time. I think that's actually kind of popularized buying that. But we're going to be seeing a full buy here from Jumas. They have nades, AKs, and an op up on Hero Town, who's looking for the feet of someone inside. Does not get it. Lightworker is actually playing really aggressive at lower. He's going to meet Lalonde here around the corner. He spots him out, catches him with a nade.
What the?
Does push around the corner and frag him. I don't know. You gotta just have suns out, guns out. You can't just like sit there with a nade out. But kind of a surprise. RG never really plays aggressive inner. They play really passive and wait for rotates. So I don't think Lalonde expected him to walk up upper with no nades or anything. Lex just passively watching. Not passively, he's peeking. He's going to meet A2Z here in a second at Ivy and Thamzo. And what timing. A2Z did a little strafe peek with a knife, but it didn't even matter. He does take him out. He doesn't think that there's going to be another player there, but Thamzo is working his way through Ivy. I think Miniker, they're really, I don't know, they're indecisive. It's going to be Hero Town and Thamzo out Ivy, and Lightworker with the quick flank takes out Miniker. And it's going to be Hero Town on a 1v4 with the op, just trying to pre-fire Mark in hell. Lightworker takes him out with a nice 2-tap with the M4. 11-11. And Reliable is just shutting him down.
Oh yeah, once they got the double sniper set up, they're just rolling at this point. I mean, they're getting op picks with Lex over at Ivy. They got Abe shutting things down with the auto sniper. And now this is just where it's going to get tough for Jumas. I mean, as you can see, they're trying to force buy now, but they only have Galil's on 3 of their players, so that's definitely kind of a disparity. But either way, they do definitely still have enough to contend, but they really just have to figure out how are we going to counter this double sniper setup. One way is to try to just get into somewhere quick before the snipes can rotate. Another way is just making sure you have really good smokes to block off vision to get into the sites and get a bomb plant without having to worry about facing it. Or you just have to kind of win a duel yourself and with your own snipe or something like that in some type of pick battle. And that's really the options that are there. And we're going to try to sweat the sidewalk and see. This will obviously, trying to counter the auto sniper the best that they can here, as they are going to be creeping out with that. And Abe actually isn't even taking any shots through the smoke. Had he have, he'd be probably raining down some damage, but he's more focused on the upper. Now he'll start shooting through that smoke, and now he will start racking up the frags as expected. There's 3 quick ones for you. Robbie coming into it, the M4 for 1, and Lightworker finishes things with the CZ. And yeah, I mean, it seemed like there was only a matter of time before things kind of reached critical mass there on the sidewalk, and Abe started lighting things up, and he definitely delivered. So Reliable taking the lead back 12-11. And they're really in good shape to just keep kind of walking away with it until Jumas comes up with something new. Once again, force buying Galil's across the board. Of course, they can keep buying. I mean, they have that loss bonus maximize it now, so it's up to them now.
It seems like this is a very common thing you see on these sort of maps where you win pistol and you get 2 rounds and then you're up 3-0 and then you just start losing out. But anyways, Lon is going to be pushing hell quickly. Catches Mark off guard, but Abe frags Miniker and Lex gets the off frag through the hell lane. Bomb is going to go down at the barrel though. Abe in the CT Heaven, spots Hero, trying to get into Sandwich, trying to make a play. Lightworker also took out Thomas, as I've been notified that's how it's pronounced. 13-11 in favor of Manajuma.
It's okay, I was calling him Thomas, so I guess we're both wrong.
Yeah, apparently it's Thomas.
I always heard people call him Thomas back in the day, like casters and stuff like that, so I just kind of went with that. Of course, I wasn't like really around that much during the 1.6 days. I didn't start getting to CS until like 2006, 2007.
Oh,
so
all right, it's Tomzo, not Thomzo. It's Tomzo, like say Thomas, but
yeah,
Tomzo. I'm just all right, man. I played.
I'm
CS
just gonna stick with Thomas. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna call him. I don't know, man.
It can't be any worse than whenever I try to stay Steno and I say it wrong every single time. No matter what I do. It's a curse, man. Some names you just can't say. As Reliable Gaming, working to that 14th round. Of course, Jumas is fully geared out. They have AKs and head armor across the board, full grenade set, so this is definitely one of the best buys they've had in a while as far as having everything that they would want to try to do whatever execution they hope to accomplish. So we have Marklodon getting very aggressive over here at T-Connector, not going to be able to get anything out of it, but also doesn't take any damage, so no harm, no foul there. As we do see Jumas look like they're gearing up for some type of outer split. The bomb's already out ladder and by the ladder train. They have some smokes up here, as it looks like they might try to go for that bomb barrel plant. Lightworker, as you can see, he's looking for that. He already pressed through the smoke to try to see if he can catch it. And some kills aren't being exchanged here, but it's favoring Jumas so far, and they will get the bomb plant here from Milan on the train. But they still do have Abe up with the auto sniper, but he's not able to really do that much. He only gets 1 frag before getting taken out, and he forces Robbie 1 into a 1-on-2, and Milan will finish the round there. And so Juma's shown that they still have some fight left in them. They are not just going to back down here as they get that round, and now it's 13-12, and all of a sudden we have ourselves a game here. I mean, I'm not really sure what to expect from this point forward. I think maybe still a slight advantage from Reliable Gaming based on how we've seen them play CT side thus far, but a win like that from Jumas could really get them fired up and get them back on track to maybe tie it back up again.
Yeah, they really needed that, and we see... Just kind of jumping around here. Waiting for A2Z. Setting up for the smokes, just kind of holding. They do have Lalonde and Tomzo pushing into inner. As Robbie decides to fall back after the smoke fades with an M4 playing in sight. They have 4 outer right now. Abe playing in the CT Heaven with his auto sniper.
And they have a good read. They know exactly where the CT and inner is now.
Yeah, they heard him fall back because he was playing that smoke, and as soon as it faded, he fell back. So they know.
He's popped.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to be pushing in, trying to get a frag here, and I think they're still going to commit to the outside take. You see, none of the Jumas players have moved, but they're hoping they can get this frag in here, and they do. Lalonde taking out Robbie. Lightworker has already rotated to the back of bomb site, and Abe is in Z. That smoke's about to fade. Actually, they don't even commit anymore. They have forced one of the rotates. They're both going to fall back to ladder as fast as they can. The smokes outer have bloomed. The bomb is not yet out. Abe is getting back into CT Heaven. Miniker takes out Marklodon. Abe is going to see Hero Town, but does get dinked.
Ooh, he didn't plant the smoke. Health. No, that was rough.
This round has been... Oh, Lex takes out Tomzo with a beautiful frag. 1v1 situation. He heard A2C get the bomb in the smoke, and why?
Oh my goodness, I don't even understand what Jumas was trying to accomplish there. Everything was going so great. They had such a great read on the inner player. They got the pick there because of that read. They switched to outer, looking sharp, but their smokes were just bad. There was all kinds of gaps in them. And then when they did finally plant, he didn't even plant inside the smoke. He planted on the edge of it, perfectly visible to Lex with the op at Z connector. And then in that 1v1, he tried to force a plant that wasn't necessary. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
mental breakdown there.
You just saw Lex frag your teammate from Z, and like, I know there's a smoke there, but it's a bad smoke. You can push her on either side. I don't know why maybe he just assumed Lex would think it was a fake. Miniker gonna peek Lex here with the deagle, takes him out to 63 health. And down to 19. Take it away.
I mean, Reliable's looking for game point here, and they should get it. Jumas is on a complete eco. They're going to be rushing Ivy into Lex. Lex has the op ready. Everyone's doing the flashbang dance over here, and Lex comes up with the frag. Hero picks up 1-2, and Lightworker takes a lot of damage here in the bomb train, but not enough to deter him, as he'll come out and find the frag onto Hero. Lex with another one, getting the bomb down there from Toms. And so it's looking like this should be a quick and easy game point situation now for Reliable Gaming. I don't think, unless Miniker just goes nutty with this peak. That's a good start. Gets the kill on the Lex. 1-on-3. Lots of time. Oh, my goodness. One HP onto Robbie. But unfortunately for him, Abe will just come in a little bit too fast down the back halls for him to react in time. And so it is going to be game point for Reliable. So those skins, for all you folks on the Reliable Gaming side, are looking a little bit closer to your pocket than they were before. But, of course, Juma still has a chance to tie this up and put it into overtime.
Yes, they do. I really liked how Lex played with the lanes. He was taken out at 19 health by Miniker's deagle, but you know, the T's just could not finish the frag. He fell back and ended up getting 2 frags for himself. We have Jumas with a 4-man inner take, and the 5th coming extremely late. We have Robbie playing the backup hop dog. A2Z knows he's there, but his teammate ends up taking him out. He does not spot Abe playing the back of blue with the auto snipe. The bomb is going to go down on default from Lalonde. They're now in a 3v4 situation, trying to hold for the retake, and 2 of the CTs are already there. And auto director take forever. Hero was waiting for the flank, does not actually finish the frag. Lalonde is playing in the smoke. He's sitting in the smoke. Lightworker's going to get on the bomb. He's actually going to stick it. Hero Town should take him out, though. He does take him out. 2v2 situation. Can Jumas keep the dream alive? The bomb is ticking away. Lex does take out Hero Town. Lalonde is still playing in the smoke. He takes out Lex on sidewalk. Abe is going to get on the smoke. He's going to stick it. Lalonde pushes around. He needs to take him out, and he does. 15. What just happened? That froze for a sec. 15 to 13, keeping the dream alive, trying to force the overtime.
Lalonde just being sneaky beaky like there inside the smoke in between the bomb train and blue, and he comes up with a hat trick that pretty much won Jumas around in the post plant situation. So great play there from Lalonde. It's always kind of risky playing inside of a smoke like that. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, you're pretty much in the blind. You can't see anything. You don't know where people are going to be when that thing finally dissipates, if they're going to be focused in on you or not. So it's definitely risky, but in the end, sometimes risks have big payoffs, and for Lalonde, it turned into a triple kill that landed them the win, and like you said, kept the dream alive, as now they can try to hope to win these Lex 2 and force an overtime. But if Reliable Gaming can just find one of them, they will win it here. But still a close match nonetheless, as we are going to see a huge Ivy execution. Lex gets caught by A2Z. This is looking pretty good here for Jew as they get the other pick as well. And so now they have everything open to them at this point. Abe and Mark trying to fight back. They do get a couple of frags. It's now back down to a 3 versus 3, so things aren't as safe anymore for Jumas, as now Mark actually brings the advantage back to Reliable Gaming here with the kill onto Miniker. And so now A2Z and Tom's kind of stuck here in the back halls. They do have the bomb. They still have the option of going inner, which would be great because the ladder rotation's already there. So they just have to worry about Abe inside Z, but they also have to worry about getting spotted by these outer players as they try to cross to the stairwell. As we do have one guy on the ladder train, one guy over here towards the T-connector as well. And so they really are just spotting on this crossing. But time is not on Juma's side. They need to make a decision here pretty quick on whether they want to try to execute into outer, whether they want to try to go inner. With Robbie going down, Tom is left all alone. He's going to, I guess he's going to look for the frag here. Finds one over towards the stairs, but not able to get it. And so Reliable Gaming is going to win the match 16-13. A very close game. Jumas almost had a chance there to tie it up and force an overtime, as they did have some nice entries as they came in through Ivy and T-Con.